We have covered a lot of different plots in Seaborn. The final section of this course will bring all of the concepts together and give you a framework for deciding when to use each Seaborn plot. We will reinforce the previous lessons by showing how these plot types fit together. The power of Seaborn is the way that the different plots build on each other. For instance, a KDE plot can be used on its own, or it can be generated from a dist plot. In addition, the pair grid and joint grid plots build on top of the regression and distribution plots. Let's explore this in more detail and discuss guidelines on how to approach using Seaborn in your daily data science workflow. One of the first steps in analyzing numerical data is looking at its distribution. Seaborn's dist plot combines many of the features of the rug plot, KDE plot, and matplotlib histogram into a single function. The dist plot function is the best place to start when trying to do distribution analysis with Seaborn. A regression plot is an example of a plot that shows the relationship between two variables. Matplotlib's scatter plot is a very simple method to compare the interaction of two variables on the x and y axis. The LM plot combines many of these features of the underlying reg plot and resid plot in addition to the ability to plot the data on a facet grid. In many instances, LM plot is the best function to use for determining linear relationships between data. Seaborn has many types of categorical plots as well. In most scenarios, it makes sense to use one of the categorical plots, such as the box plot or violin plot, to examine the distribution of the variables. Then, follow up with the statistical estimation plots, such as the point, bar, or count plot. If you need to facet the data across rows or columns, use a factor plot. The pair plot and joint plot visualizations are going to be the most useful after you have done some preliminary analysis of regressions or distributions of the data. Once you are familiar with the data, the pair plot and joint plot can be very useful in understanding how two or more variables interact with each other. Congratulations on completing the course. You are now familiar with the Seaborn library and can start to incorporate it into your own data analysis tasks.